What's up, people? Today is all about streaming, especially about streaming on Spotify because it's the biggest streaming platform there is. And I'm still miserable in New York because it's still hot out and it's still summer, and I don't have too many fucks to give right now. To all the people that love this weather in the summer, I hate you. Back to the topic. I'm pretty sure that 100% of the streaming stuff is all rigged, and there are probably plenty of videos and articles out there on it, but if you want to watch one with yours truly, then please check out this one that touches on the subject if you haven't seen it already. Leave some comments after you watch it and tell me what you think about the whole situation. All of these industries have some form of rigging going on because they're multi-billion-dollar industries, but even so, the numbers are the numbers, and that's what I'm going to be giving you today. These are the top 10 streamed albums on Spotify. I'll give you some minimal information on the albums and artists, and then I'll pick one song from the album to showcase. It'll either be my favorite song from that album or whichever song has the highest streaming numbers. Full disclosure, I did not listen to all of these albums in their entirety. And of course, these are all going to be current or very recent albums. The oldest one is from 2016, so they're all from within the last 10 years. Alright, so here are the top 10 streamed albums on Spotify. Up first at number 10 is the album SOS by SZA from 2022. I'm a little surprised that an album from just 2.5 years ago was on this top 10, but there's another album from 2022 and even 2025 on this list. This one did come in at number 1 on the Billboard 200, but I'm still surprised because albums usually need more time to accumulate streams. This is the second studio album from Solana Imani Rowe, or as she's better known by, SZA. Now, this is on some lists as the deluxe edition of SOS, which is SOS Deluxe Edition Lana. She also put out a deluxe version of her first album, Control, but Control Deluxe only streamed a measly 5.5 billion times. SOS Deluxe has almost 13.8 billion overall streams with almost 10 million streams a day, which is the highest daily streams for any album on this top 10 at the moment. The song I'm featuring from the album is Kill Bill, and it has over 2.5 billion streams and is the highest streamed song on the album.
I'm still a fan even though it's salty. Hate to see you with some other, but know you happy. Hate to see you happy if I'm not the one driving. I'm so mature, I'm so mature, I'm so mature. It got me a therapist to tell me there's other men I ain't doing one night, I just want you. If I can't have you, no one should. I might kill my ex. Not the best idea. His new girlfriend's next. How I get here. I might kill my ex. I still love him though. Rather be in jail than alone.
Now we come to one of the mainstream pop artists in the number 9 spot that I actually really like in the modern era, and she's our first artist on the list with multiple entries. The album is Dua Lipa by Dua Lipa from 2017. This was her debut album in 2017, and it propelled her into pop music stardom, landing at number 27 on the Billboard 200. For those that don't know, Dua has incorporated disco music into a modern pop vibe, and I think it was the right choice because it filled a void in America that hasn't really been filled since the 80s. The album Dua Lipa has almost 13.9 billion overall streams with about 4.5 million daily streams. The song I'm featuring from the album is New Rules, which was her first top 10 song, and it has over 2.3 billion streams and is the highest streamed song on the album.
But my love, he doesn't love me, so I tell myself, one, don't pick up the phone, you know he's only calling cause he's drunk and alone. 2, don't let him in, you have to kick him out again. 3, don't be his friend, you know you're gonna wake up in his bed in the morning, and if you're under him, you ain't getting over him. I got no rules, I count him. I got no rules, I count him. I gotta do it for myself. I got no rules, I count him. I gotta do it for myself.
So our next album at number 8 is the other entry from Dua Lipa on this top 10, and it's for the album Future Nostalgia from 2020. I did a review on this album a while ago, and you can see that video here, so check it out. I liked Future Nostalgia from top to bottom. I don't think there was a song on this album that I didn't like. The album ultimately reached number 3 on the Billboard 200 and solidified Dua as leading the charge in the era of new disco. The album Future Nostalgia has almost 14 billion overall streams with just over 4.4 million daily streams. The song I'm featuring from the album is Don't Start Now, which was probably the biggest song of that summer, even though everyone was trapped inside their houses, and it's her biggest song to date with over 3 billion streams, and it's currently number 29 on the list of the highest streaming songs on Spotify.
If you don't wanna see me, did a full 180, crazy, thinking about the way I was. Did the heartbreak change me? Maybe, but look at where I ended up. I'm all good already, so moved on, it's scary. I'm not where you left me at all. So, if you don't wanna see me dancing with somebody, if you wanna believe that anything could stop me, don't show up, don't come out, don't start caring about me now. Walk away, you know how. Don't start caring about me now.
Coming in at number 7 is the album Hollywood's Bleeding by Post Malone from 2019. Hollywood's Bleeding debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200 as well as in 15 other countries. It was nominated for Album of the Year at the 2021 Grammy Awards along with Dua Lipa's Future Nostalgia, but it lost out to Taylor Swift's album Folklore. I still think it's a travesty that Dua Lipa didn't win, and I'll keep saying it. The album Hollywood's Bleeding has over 14 billion overall streams with just over 3.5 million daily streams. The song I'm featuring from the album is Circles with over 2.8 billion streams, but it's not the highest streaming song from the album. That goes to Sunflower with over 3.8 billion streams, but I like the song Circles better.
We couldn't turn around till we were upside down. I'll be the bad guy now, but no, I ain't too proud. I couldn't be there, even when I tried. You don't believe it. We do this every time. Seasons change and our love went cold. Feed the flame 'cause we can't let go. Run away while we're running in circles. Run away, run away. I dare you to do something. I'm waiting on you again, so I don't take the blame. Run away while we're running in circles. Run away, run away, run away.
The number 6 album was also released in the summer of hell from 2020. The only good thing that came of it was that the streets near my house were finally quiet. The album is After Hours by The Weeknd. After Hours reached number 1 in 21 countries. There's one song on this album that's responsible for supposedly about $20 million in revenue, with the breakdown being somewhere between 15.5 to 17.5 million for royalties on the sound recording, with streaming, and about another 4.5 million for publishing royalties on things like performances and movies, etc. The album After Hours has almost 14.5 billion overall streams with over 4.8 million daily streams. The song I'm featuring off the album is, of course, Blinding Lights, as it's the number 1 stream song of all time with almost 5 billion streams, and it will surely be the first song ever to reach that milestone. It's very 80s-esque, which probably goes to prove that the 80s is indeed it. And you've heard me say it before, but the 80s is the greatest pop culture decade in the history of the world. Fight me. I don't care.
I've been trying to call. I've been on my own for long enough. Maybe you can show me how to love. Maybe I'm going through a drought. You don't even have to do too much. You can turn me on with just a touch, baby. I look around since city's cold and empty. No one's around to judge me. I can see clearly when you're gone.
Despite the success of the song Blinding Lights, it still isn't enough to catapult the album After Hours to the top of this list. The number 5 album on this list is a shocker to me, but not really. The album is Avicii Forever by Tim Bergling, otherwise known as Avicii. What's crazy is that the album is from this year, 2025. We're only halfway through the year, and this is already number 5 on the most streamed albums of all time. Avicii was, of course, a beloved DJ across all the world, and he died in 2018. Avicii Forever is a compilation album of his greatest hits. It's a shame that his death is what had to make something this amazing happen, because he only has one song on the top 100 streamed songs of all time. I know I say only, but that's still an amazing feat. The album Avicii Forever has 14.7 billion overall streams with over 5 million daily streams. The song I'm featuring is his biggest song in Wake Me Up, featuring Aloe Black with over 2.7 billion streams.
Feeling my way through the darkness, guided by a beating heart. I can't tell where the journey will end, but I know where to start. They tell me I'm too young to understand. They say I'm caught up in a dream. Well, life will pass me by if I don't open up my eyes. So that's fine by me. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself and I didn't know I was lost. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself and I didn't know I was lost.
Our next album at number 4 is an album that I've been meaning to check out for some time now, but I just haven't gotten around to it. It's the album Sour by Olivia Rodrigo from 2021. Sour is, of course, her debut album and was released when she was just 18. She's still just 22 and has the 4th most streamed album of all time. Of course, there's a disconnect with streaming and older albums and generations, but still, number 4 in the modern era of music is still insane, and especially at just 22 years old. She's also performed with my music idol and Billy Joel at Madison Square Garden, so there's that too. What was I doing at 22 years old? Yeah, that was me doing my best at impersonating an Abercrombie & Fitch model. My, how times have changed. The album Sour has over 15 billion overall streams with over 6.5 million daily streams. The song I'm featuring is the highest streaming song on the album in Driver's License with over 2.5 billion streams.
Got my driver's license last week, just like we always talked about. Cause you were so excited for me to finally drive up to your house. But today I drove through the suburbs crying cause you weren't around. And you're probably with that blonde girl who always made me doubt. She's so much older than me. She's everything I'm insecure about. Yet today I drove through the suburbs. Cause how could I ever love someone else? And I know we weren't perfect, but I've never felt this way for no one. And I just can't imagine how you could be so okay now that I'm gone. Guess you didn't mean what you wrote in that song about me. Cause you said forever, now I drive alone past your street.
Our number 3 most streamed album of all time is Divide by Ed Sheeran from 2017. Ed Sheeran must have PTSD from school because 4 of his albums have been named after math symbols. I've tried to get as far away from school as possible in adulthood, but he seems to gravitate towards it. His first 5 of 6 studio albums are math symbols. Well, the math has been adding up because a little AI birdie told me that the revenue from this album alone is supposedly over $22 million just in 2017, and that was a conservative estimate. That's not even the crazy part. His Divide tour for this album has also supposedly brought in over $775 million. The album Divide has over 16.5 billion overall streams, with over 4.9 million daily streams. The song I'm featuring is the number 2 biggest streaming song of all time, in Shape of You, with over 4.4 billion streams.
The club isn't the best place to find the lovers, so the bar is where I go. Me and my friends sat at the table doing shots, tripping fast, and then we talk slow. And you come over and start up a conversation with just me, and trust me, I'll give it a chance. Now take my hand, stop it, and the man on the jukebox, and then we start to dance. And now I'm singing like, girl, you know I want your love. Your love was handmade for somebody like me. Come on now, follow my lead. I may be crazy, don't mind me. Say, boy, let's not talk too much. Grab on my waist and put that body on me. Come on now, follow my lead. Come on now, follow my lead. I'm in love with the shape of you. We push and pull like a magnet do. Although my heart is falling too. I'm in love with your body. And last night you were in my room, and now my bedsheets smell like you. Every day discovering something brand new. Well, I'm in love with your body. Oh, I, oh, I, oh, I, oh, I. Well, I'm in love with your body. Oh, I, oh, I, oh, I, oh, I. Well, I'm in love with your body. Oh, I, oh, I, oh, I, oh, I. Well, I'm in love with your body. Every day discovering something brand new. I'm in love with the shape of you.
Number 2 is another entry from The Weeknd with the album Starboy from 2016, which is our oldest album on this list, which kind of makes sense for it to be so high on the chart, but like we've seen, some things just don't make sense. This is The Weeknd's 3rd studio album. It has 18 songs with 8 singles. Both are a lot for an album, but I guess in the modern music business, having 8 singles on an album is closer to the norm, actually. Everything is a single now because of streaming. Back in the day, in like the 90s and before then, it used to be maybe 4 singles on an album. The album Starboy has over 17 billion overall streams with over 6.3 million daily streams. The song I'm featuring is the 3rd biggest streaming song of all time, in Starboy, featuring Daft Punk with over 3.9 billion streams.
I'm tryna put you in the worst mood. P1 cleaner than your church shoes. Really point 2 just to hurt you. All red lamb just to tease you. None of these toys on lease to. Made your whole year in a week too. Yeah, main out of your league too. Side out of your league too. House so empty, need a centerpiece. 20 racks a table come from ebony. Cut that ever into skinny pieces. Then she clean up with her face, but I love my baby. You talking money, need a hearing aid. You talking about me, I don't see a shade. Switch on my side, like take any lane. Switch on my core if I kill any pain. Look what you done. I'm a mother star boy. Look what you done. I'm a mother star boy.
Our number 1 streamed album of all time on Spotify is Un Verano Sin Ti by Bad Bunny from 2022. Bad Bunny is probably the only artist on this list that I've never really listened to. It's probably because most of his music is in Spanish. Another reason is because I'm just not really into trap music or reggaeton. Bad Bunny is immensely popular around the world though, and mainly in Spanish-speaking countries. This is why he's our artist with the number 1 streamed album of all time on Spotify. This is despite not having no songs on the top 100 streamed songs of all time on Spotify. What the fuck kind of sorcery is that? Well, it's not sorcery. Spanish-speaking people just love his music, and every one of the 23 songs on the album has more than 100 million streams, which is a first in Spotify history. 23 songs. The album Un Verano Sin Ti has over 19.8 billion overall streams with over 8.4 million daily streams. The song I'm featuring from the album is Titi Me Pregunto, and it has over 1.7 billion streams.
Ey, Titi me preguntó si tengo muchas novias. Muchas novias, hoy tengo a una, mañana a otra, ey. Pero no hay boda, Titi me preguntó si tengo muchas novias. Muchas novias, hoy tengo a una, mañana a otra. Me las voy a llevar a todas pa' un VIP, ey. Saluden a Titi, vamos a tirarnos un selfie. 6 chis, ey. Que sonrían las que ya les metí en un VIP, ey. Saluden a Titi, vamos a tirarnos un selfie. 6 chis, que sonrían las que ya se olvidaron de mí. Me gustan mucho las Gabriela, las Patricia, las Nicole, la Sofía. Mi primera novia en Kinder María y mi primer amor se llamaba Talía. Tengo una colombiana que me escribe todos los días y una mexicana que ni yo sabía. Otra en San Antonio que me quiere todavía y las de PR que toditas son mías. Una dominicana que jugaba.
So yeah, I don't really listen to much music in Spanish. I'm still trying to get chacarón out of my head. If you don't know, look it up. I went to a bar in the Dominican Republic that had a band that played different songs with the same beat over and over and over when I went there in like 2009. I thought I was in an episode of Black Mirror before there was a Black Mirror, otherwise known as The Twilight Zone. Alright, so let me know what you think about this top 10, and I will see you next week with the new video.